So, in last week's episode, you watched me build this up from the leftover bits from the TRX4M. This week, we're going to make a start on the electrics. Got myself a nice little Endura brushless ESC. Like, the build quality on this thing is awesome. Comes with various adapter cables, etc., etc. Little programmer, which is USB-C, which is quite nice. And then I've also got the, what did I get? Purple Viper, the 1721. So with this, I'm going for a bit of a speed build. And I'm currently waiting on gearbox, overdrive gears, just to finish this up. But yeah, I'm going to have to take most of this apart again. One of the big problems with these is a lot of people complain about where to put the battery. So I've 3D printed this. I'll put a link down to the model I used. That's going to sit under there, and I'm going to mount some of the electrics on this. That way the battery can sit back here. I'm going to do the magnet. So I'm going to bond a magnet to that and have the battery just sit there. I mean, the spare tyre that comes with it is just jank. It's pointless. So yeah, that should solve the major gripe with this. First thing to do, bind the electrics, make sure everything works. So Hot RC or Ralo come under a couple of different brands. That's got nice modulation, that motor. Nice and slow, nice and quick. So yeah, that works. Now I'm going to take it all apart and work out exactly where I'm going to put everything. So that's the 3D printed tray, bit of Velcro for the electronics. It all fits quite nicely. Now that's the original stock plastic gearbox, with the original stock plastic gears. Now I know this is not going to last, but my metal gearbox isn't here yet. My overdrive gears aren't here yet. But I figured I'll put it together and run it on the bench and see how long until everything melts. If for no other reason than science. So yeah, let's pop all that back together. Right, so that's all in and done. Yeah, this is not gonna last. But again, really impressed with the modulation. Like, that is slow. Again, this has not been built as any sort of crawler. It's been built as like a backyard basher, let the dogs chase it. But yeah, I'm impressed with that. All the electrics fit nice. Let's put it back together and give it a test. A little outrunner's quite cool. Yeah, enjoying this. Let's go. Fast forward time, because I'm going to put a podcast on. Right, receiver is going to cause an issue, but I had a backup plan for that. So let me pop that out and put the rest back together, and I'll show you where I'm going to pop the receiver. Like, it should work. Remember, I'll just get on with it and then work out problems as I come to them. Who's got time to be planning this stuff? It's supposed to be fun. Now everything seems to be stuck. Get out. All right, so this I have a solution for. That gets tucked in there. That's nice. Nice. Let's cut that cable tie. Pop that off. Wrap those cables there. Try that again. Yeah, that should fit. Fits lovely. Nice. And cable's long enough for my second idea. It's just whether or not the servo lead will be long enough. But I can always extend that. I'll work that out. All right, fast forward time. So my plan 2, the receiver's got this little nubbin where the cable, like the aerial, comes out the side, and it fits just perfect if you get the angle right, just there, like right in the back between the shock tower mounts. So yeah, it's going to go there. And then I'll bring all the electrics round. I might shorten and repin some of these. I might not have to. Who knows? I'll work it out. And then the battery's going to go in this area. Switch I could mount somewhere over here maybe. I don't know yet. Let's get it working first and then we make it look nice. Velcro. So by the power of editing, we're back. It's a week later. So, Endura 7 kilo servo, more than enough for this. Again, that is overkill in fact. But I'm going to be running it at 6 volt, so it's only going to be 6 kilos. Again, more than enough. I have a little control arm for it. It does come as a kit. Got a aluminium or brass case gearbox. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's not a plastic gearbox. That comes built with the stock gears, but because I'm going to be running this as a faster backyard basher, mainly something for the dogs to chase and me to fuck around with when I'm bored in the garden, I bought a set of overdrive gears. So you can't get the case on its own, empty, or at least I couldn't find it. So stock gears are in there, overdrive gears, another servo mounts in a different orientation. I don't know which one I'm going to use. I'm probably going to use the one that's on there. Like, yeah, because there's no clearance issues, or maybe there will be. Maybe I will swap to this one. So for the 47th time, I'm going to strip all this down to install these bits. Right, so I've taken it apart. It's really like the way I've done this with the wiring, the way it's sort of like modular, I think is the correct word. It just makes it so easy to take apart. Just ESC stays attached, unplug the motor, job done. I'm going to build the gearbox now. Let's swap those gears out. Here we are. So I've just got the F-150 wheels on for now. I am waiting for some wheels to turn up. It's just never ending with this shit. Whenever you think you've finished buying stuff, more bits need to be bought. The other thing I've added, I don't like the lights always being on. It's quite nice when you can turn them on and off from the remote. So I've got a bunch of these. Let me open one up. It's basically a relay you can add to a spare channel on your remote to turn your lights on and off. They are 3 to 5 volts, but I've run them like loads at 6 volts. Basically, that goes into a spare channel, and then you cut that off, connect that to your lights. What I've done in there, I've shorted all the light cable in, tucked that in there. I still want to do a bit more wire management. But yeah, metal gearbox is in, brushless is in, 7 kilo servos in. Still waiting for the magnets for the back here, but I'll run this battery just to show you. Let's have a little look. Mounted the switch up over here. So yeah, lights on, off remotely. Runs great. go super slow with it if you really want to, or smash things up with it. There is, I think there's going to be a need to widen the front and rear. Still got the stock plastic axles, but I might treat myself to some 5mm over, so that'll give me a bit more clearance at the front here, and then get some offset wheels as well. I do quite like this wheel size. But yeah, definitely 3D printing that plate. Everyone should be doing that with these, because the battery's supposed to go in here somewhere. Sod that. And, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, just leave the battery in and charge it. Well, what if I'm out using it and I don't have a charger? I just want to be able to swap a battery out. So I think mounting the battery on the back here is definitely a good decision. And you hear loads of people online complaining about how awkward the body shell is. I mean, really? How easy is that? Tip your lights forward, clip it on. Battery will be nice and hidden in the back. But yeah, great little model. Just remote lights is great. If I was really fancy, I'd have fitted two and split the lights, but what's the point? Yeah, and these relays are only a couple of quid each. Alright, I've got a stack of them. And then you can also get high voltage ones that run 3 to 30 volts. That allow you to use a separate battery, but not for this. So yeah, that's where we're at. What a cool looking little truck. Lights on, lights off. I do love it. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't know what the next one's going to be. Power switch is accessible.